Hello YouTube, welcome back. I am Brian, the AI sound of Usama Productions. Today, I am going to explain to you the functioning and structure of human eye. So, are you ready? Before we start, I would like to define receptors. We know that the organs which are specifically built to detect particular type of stimuli are called sense organs, or receptors. Main receptors in man are eyes, ears, nose, taste buds, receptors of touch, heat, and cold, etc. Now, we can move to the general structure of human eyes. Our eyes are located in small portions of skull known as the orbits or eye sockets. Eyelids wipe the eyes and prevent dehydration. They spread tears on eyes, which contains substances for fighting bacterial infections. Eyelashes prevent fine particles from entering the eye. The structure of eye can be divided into three main layers. Now we shall study the outer layer of eye. The outer layer of eyeball consists of sclera and cornea. Sclera gives eye most of its white color. It consists of dense connective tissue and protects the inner components of eye and maintains its shape. In the front, sclera forms the transparent cornea. Cornea admits light to the anterior of eye and bends light rays so that they can be brought to a focus. Now, we shall study the middle layer of eye. The middle layer is called choroid. It contains blood vessels and gives inner eye a dark color. The dark color prevents the disruptive reflections within eye. Behind cornea, choroid bends to form a muscular ring called iris. There is round hole, called pupil, in the center of iris. After striking the cornea, light passes through the pupil. The size of pupil is adjusted by the muscular iris. Pupil constricts in bright light when the circular muscles of iris contract. Similarly, pupil dilates in dim light when the radial muscles of iris contract. Behind iris, there is convex lens, which focuses light on retina. Lens is attached to ciliary muscles of eye, via a ring of suspensory ligaments. To clearly see an object far away, ciliary muscles are relaxed, and lens become less convex. When ciliary muscles contract, lens becomes more convex and round to see nearer objects clearly. Now we are going to study the inner layer of eye. The inner layer is sensory and is called as retina. It contains photosensitive cells called rods, and cones and associated neurons. Rods are sensitive to dim light, while cones are sensitive to bright light, and so distinguish different colors. Retina has 2 points, that is, fovea, and optic disc. Fovea is a dip in retina, directly opposite to lens and is densely packed with cone cells. It is largely responsible for color vision and sharpness. Optic disc is a point on retina where the optic nerve enters retina. There are no rods and cones at this point. That is why it is also referred to as the blind spot. The next part of our today's video is eye chambers. The iris divides the cavity of eye into 2 chambers. The anterior chamber is in front of iris, that is between cornea and iris, whereas the posterior chamber is between iris and retina. The anterior chamber contains a clear fluid, known as aqueous humor, while the posterior chamber contains a jelly-like fluid known as vitreous humor. It helps maintain the shape of eye and suspends the delicate lens. Next, we shall study the path of light from objects into the human eye. Light from the objects enter eye and is refracted when it passes through cornea, aqueous humor, lens, and vitreous humor. Lens also focuses light on retina. As a result, the image falls on retina. Rods and cones generate nerve impulses in optic nerve. These impulses are carried to brain, which makes the sensation of vision. Now, we'll discuss photosensitive cells. The first type which we'll discuss is rods. Rods contain a pigment called rhodopsin. When light falls on rhodopsin, it breaks for generating a nerve impulse. In the absence of light, the breakdown products are, again, converted into rhodopsin. Body synthesizes rhodopsin from vitamin A, and that is why deficiency of vitamin A causes poor night vision. This problem is called night blindness. The next type of photosensitive cells which we'll study is cones. Cones also contain a pigment, known as iodopsin. There are 3 main types of cones and each type has a specific iodopsin. Each type of cones recognizes one of the 3 primary colors, that is blue, green, and red. If any type of cones is not working well, it becomes difficult to recognize that color. Such person is also not able to distinguish different colors. This disease is called color blindness and it is a genetic problem. That's all for now, folks. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel for future updates. And don't forget to like and share this video and channel. See you soon.